I can't believe they stopped giving wine at communion.
Have they?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes it's just the host.
Was this because of the COVID?
Yeah,
and
maybe.
they've just not brought it back?
Well, anyway, I was at a funeral recently. There's no wine. And you're like, Jesus said, do these fucking two things in memory. I mean, you can't go, oh, let's just not do one of them.
Also, when has the Catholic Church ever put science in front of its own traditions?
It's like, yeah, it's nachos, isn't it? You know, so you get nachos and it's supposed to be sour cream, salsa, guacamole. And then often you order nachos and there's no guacamole, like the expensive bit. And you're kind of like, come on to fuck.
That's how you feel about the sacrament.
Yeah, you can't just go, well, this is slightly... And it'd be easier if we just handed it bread. Well, it would, but he didn't say that.
That's
Take unto my body, the bread.
Oh, God.
And my blood.
No, he didn't say that.
Disregard.
I was trying to think yesterday as I was watching the Celtic game about... what is he called? Is it Nacho? Iheanacho?
Iheanacho.
So I thought...
Iheanacho Novo?
No, Nacho Novo would have been good for this game.
I met Nacho Novo.
Really?
Yeah, that's... I went up to see my friend Tom play in Balmaha. He does a wee Sunday afternoon in a nice kind of bar restaurant place. And I'd been out for a day trip with my brother and we went up to see Tom and he was singing away. And as I was leaving, I walked out and Tom was talking to this guy who smelled amazing. And Tom went, Susie, this is my mate. And he turned around and he was like, hi, I'm Nacho. And I was like, fuck, my brother's in the toilet.
Tom
Jesus.
really knows a lot of people, eh?
Aye, but he has got no idea who those people, like, do you know what I mean? Like a football player.
He's just a bar owner in Paisley Road West.
I was like, that fucking Nacho. But you know what, man? He was buff.
I was training for that fight with
Kaz Milligan.
My old enemy, Kaz Milligan. Who is that fucking geek? Oh my god. Frankie Boyle knows who I am. But who are these other two?
Brilliant.
Awesome.
Nacho Novo sounds a bit like a car.
Yep.
But I was thinking,
what sense?
Well, you know, a Nacho Novo.
I mean,
right. I thought you meant his voice, the kind of engine quality.
Yeah, don't get him on the post-match interview. It's really just beeps his horn for fucking minutes.
It's like talking to Lightning McQueen.
People assume he's been censored.
Decisions went against us.
Anyways, watching you Nacho, I was thinking, could you get together the whole ingredients for nachos? Is there any player with a cheese name, a sauce name, a sour cream name? There was someone called Mayo playing for Kilmarnock and I got briefly excited, but then the whole game crumbled.
To me, Kasper Schmeichel, if I went to Lidl and I seen a jar of Danish mayonnaise and it was Kasper Schmeichel brand, I wouldn't flinch.
Or the new Paul Newman kind of thing, Kasper Schmeichel's. You know, I would buy certainly a salsa or something from him.
With Lovencrans kind of diversifying into the jive game, I thought maybe Kasper could have
soups.
A series of soups.
Yeah.
He looks like a man that would enjoy a soup.
I just see him on a drawing of him on the thing, but with his goalie's gloves. He uses his goalie glove to take something out of the oven.
That's class.
The Linda Bellingham.
Who are the kind of ultimate goalkeepers? Who are the most famous goalkeepers?
Well, his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter
Schmeichel. Lev Yashin, the Russian goalkeeper from the 60s, probably the...
Lev Yashin?
Yeah, Lev Yashin. Probably.
And this was during this had to be during the Cold War.
No, it's before that.
Pre-war.
Oh, no.
No, 1960s, aye.
60-ish.
Aye, the gulags were getting pretty filled up by the 1960s. What about Gigi Buffon?
Buffon.
Is this a real guy?
Italian.
Aye, he's an Italian.
Gigi Buffon?
Yeah.
Aye.
Did he have a cool haircut?
It wasn't bad.
Aye, he wasn't your kind of typical Italian footballer, was he? Because he was a goalkeeper, so he's taken a few bumps. Gigi Buffon.
Peter Shilton, he was shite because he was English.
Aye.
I'm not going to name names, I was recently playing football in an empty comedy club with another comedian who I will not name, but you're a fan of them. And they've opened for you a few times, I believe.
Oh, right, okay.
And
I know who this is.
And we were in an empty club, which I will not name, but I was playing football after hours, and I remembered some old penalty shootout advice I got given when I was 12,
Oh.
and I actually scored. You know how bad I am at taking penalties.
We took some penalties against me at Blackburn's ground. Is it Ewood Park or something?
Yeah. And I remembered what you do is the goalkeeper's looking at your eyes, so you need to kind of fake them out. You need to look where you're not going to put it, and then run up and then kick it in a different direction. It worked.
Cross your eyes.
Crushing it.
That's a
Oh.
huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do that. The Undertaker would have been fucking class at penalties because he would just roll his eyes back.
You'd
But he
imagine
wouldn't
like-
have been able to run. He was fucking huge.
a lot of power though, even on a short run up.
Aye, true. I fucking hate those stuttering run-ups. Just, I'm old school. Get your head over the ball and fucking batter your laces through it.
What do you mean? What's
Are
the
they,
stuttery
they sort
run-up?
of stop. They are sort of stopping.
Aye, they
They're
are
sort of
stopping, aye. That fucking, they run up and then they stutter and then they'll put their shoulder one way and you're just like, just hit the fucking ball into the net and take the keeper with you.
I've had a realisation about Catholicism recently that I think you will find obvious. I was at my grand's funeral, and I've been to a few Catholic funerals, and I do...
It's good value.
I
It's
think
good
it's
value
at the
for
top.
money.
Huh?
15 minutes at the top.
50 minutes at the top. There was a lot of chat. But I realised something about Christianity and Catholicism. I've realised it is about Christ, which
I'm so glad.
should be obvious.
So just to unpack this, you didn't realise the word Christ in Christianity.
Well, I've got the word Christ in my name.
Christopher.
Yes. Christopher MacArthur Christ.
Christopher is a fucking great name.
Christopher. That's what my name
Christopher.
means. Is it's the guy who carried Christ's cross for him, which was handy that he was called that.
Simon of Arimathea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Christ carrier.
Or Joseph of Arimathea.
Helped him
No,
with
it
the...
was Simon.
Simon.
Was it Simon, right? And I was just like, they're just talking about Jesus. They're just talking about the sacrifices that Jesus made for our sins. And there's not much mention of God. And to me, obviously he is kind of God in a sense due to the Holy Trinity. But I was just like, nobody's talking about, oh, isn't it brilliant that God made the world and all this? It's all, and we will live forever in heaven with him, and he did this for us. And I was just, it's the first time I realised, I was like, all right, it's like, these are all about Jesus here.
God gets a kind of mention nearer the kind of crucifixion stage. Once it gets to the fucking meaty bit and you think, oh, you're going to need to get nailed to a cross, son, to keep your dad happy. Which is, I mean, it's fucking extreme. But God kind of comes into
Talking about coming to terms with your parents and the bad stuff they've done.
I
and
don't
Jesus
know if
is-
you'll ever come to terms with that. But it's all that kind of, there's parables. The Old Testament's the parables, isn't it? And then the New Testament, then you've got the Gospel.
New Testament's God phase 2 in.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You got his health bar down, and then he's like, boom, I know I'm Jesus.
It's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Phase 2. It's like we've done all the prior work. We've had them all hanging out. Now, the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to show up.
It's a wee iOS update.
All the other heroes just think the fucking Fantastic Four are really dramatic. Do you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, Galactus is going to fucking eat the whole planet. And all the other heroes are just like, yeah, let fucking that guy with his sideburns do it.
Aye, they're
Fine.
very camp though, the Fantastic Four, aren't they? They're very camp, so you can understand why they're quite dramatic.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the whole thing wasn't God saying to Jesus. So Jesus is like the peace and love side of God, right? And God is like, I'm down in these cunts if they step out of order and all that. And then Jesus is like, no, chill out, Dad, right? And Jesus is like, people are okay, love, you know. And God has been like, oh, you might see love? I'll fucking put you down now. See what happens to you. Just watch how much these cunts fucking love you. And he's like, oh, I'll raise people from the dead and I'll get them fish and bread and wine. And he's like, okay, give it a fucking bash. And then at the end, that's fucking Jesus basically texting God, going, Dad,
Pick me up! Dad, please pick me up! I've went to a rave and I've took too many pills, please!
and we're like, he's going to come back. He's no fucking coming back.
Would you come back after being fucking nailed to a cross? No.
We've been
I think he
abandoned.
was a stoner, wasn't he? Jesus, just a wee stoner guy cutting about with his pals, telling stories and having tricks. fair dues.
Do you think that there will be like a new testament, like a New Testament? Has anybody tried that?
It could be doing with an update.
The one. So that's essentially like the fucking what they call the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Seventh-day Adventists and all that stuff. It's like, and then an angel came down and said, "No, here's a couple of big golden plates. Have a look at these." That was what they called the Mormons.
The Mormons,
big golden
aye.
plates.
So they're doing a new thing.
Yeah, so he's been given a couple of large golden plates that he can't produce. They got lost somewhere, and they give you a whole bunch of other fucking rules and whatnot.
Have as many wives as you want. That. I haven't checked out the Mormon. Maybe I'll give that a bash.
But the Mormons, are they multi-wives? Are they polyamorous?
They used to be, but it's kind of died off. They're also the magic pants. You have a thing on your pants going, "Don't fuck anyone else." So you see it and you're like, as you're getting your kicks off, you see your pants and you go, "Wait a minute. God said not to do this."
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. It's like if you had a wee note to yourself in your fridge or something, you know?
A picture of yourself when you're really fat.
From a poor angle. It's a picture of
It's maybe
That's
like
right.
taking off your wedding ring before you're having an affair. That kind of thing.
Yeah, you've got spare pants and you've got to have spare pants if you're having an affair.
Yeah. But it did make me go... Wow.
You see a lassie at the bar and suddenly you're off changing your pants in the fucking toilet. Your pals know it as well.
Yeah, kids.
They can smell your old pants in your fucking inside pocket.
Old Calvin Klein's away for some pumping here.
And what's Scientology then? That's just fucking shite based on lie detector tests, isn't
No,
it?
it's
L. Ron Hubbard.
you get the different secrets of it revealed to you as you go along. And basically, we come from this fucking tribe that were enslaved by this dude who parked his spaceship here for a bit.
Right.
And when he took off, he blasted loads of souls. He killed loads of people, and their souls hang about and attached to you as thetans. So we're all covered in these thetans, and you need to do a whole bunch of shit that costs you money to get them pulled off.
I don't mind all the alien souls grabbing onto you, because I do feel like that sometimes, that I'm being grabbed by...
If you were the guy who wrote Lemony Snicket, you'd be like, this fucking makes
Aye.
complete sense.
He's walking about with fucking White Walkers.
It's crazy to write a book called A Series of Unfortunate Events when your life, you've been endlessly
Haunted.
pursued and haunted by angels or something.
Fucking death angels.
Maybe they hate accordion music, and that's his thing. He's just desperately keeping them at bay.
Yeah, it drives them off.
Fucking Jimmy Shand. He was been pursued through time by various entities.
But he is from like rural northern Scotland, isn't he? So it's that kind of, aye. It's probably just par for the course. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
maybe Lemmy Snicket's just been followed by Scottish people. And he thinks that they're pale white angels, but actually just
Pale
from
white.
Pilleu or something, or Ardnamurchan or something. That's a restaurant. That's not a place.
That was the restaurant where we had a very heavy Christmas lunch
We
one year.
need to go back to Ardnamurchan.
We really don't. We really don't.
No?
No.
Once for Christmas?
That was a heavy Christmas lunch.
That was the heaviest fucking lunch of our lives.
We don't need to get a 3-course meal.
I cannot
Don't
wait till
we?
he's in his... Can't wait till he's in his 40s and you're like, you see, Christopher, it's not that easy now, son.
What?
So many Scottish places have mad, sinister names. Knoydart.
Where's Knoydart?
Fuck knows.
Yeah.
All I know is Tom Weir used to turn up there occasionally. Here I am in Knoydart to meet a shepherd.
I kind of spoke a bit about this during my last show at the Fringe, about how like places in England are like I was in Chipping Sodbury, and places like if it's got Chipping or Mead in the name, you know it's posh as fuck. And it's like Scottish people always snigger as soon as you start to talk about this, and you're like, I know, I fucking don't know what's wrong with England either, right? But it just is such a cultural thing, whereas we're like, Auchtermuchty, Dundee. Like, our places just don't sound...
England needs a strain of whimsy to shut out the noises. Do you know what I mean? Because all the stuff that they did. So you need to be, chipping sodbrain, there's a jam making competition. We're going to have a fair and Miss Marple will find a murderer. And oh God, rivers of blood. 10 million excess dead in India.
Yeah. Yeah, concentration camps.
It's a balance, isn't it? You need to achieve.
Never mind, Poirot will sort it out.
Aye, Poirot will sort out Windrush. Fuck's sake.
Paddington Bear.
Paddington is a Peruvian death demon.
He's a fucking Peruvian immigrant and he is hero worshipped in this country.
Hauling souls to their damnation. Dragging the Queen's soul down to hell to be feasted on by various archdukes
of her cousins.
Hades. Yeah. To meet all her relatives.
She probably is some kind of demon now herself. She probably has quite a strong position in the hierarchy of fiends.
Talking about demons, it's at the time. At the time of record, we've got a state visit by Donald Trump this week with. I mean, surely you're wheeling out Prince Andrew. Surely with all the Epstein stuff, you're like, get fucking Andy in here to talk to him. Just have a wee chat about the good old days. Get a recorder on.
Well, that's it. You can't have Mandelson. I don't know when this goes out, but Mandelson, what is it, today or yesterday, has been Peter Mandelson, friend and pal and admirer.
Yum yum.
Confidant to financier. What's his name? Jeffrey Epstein.
I mean, you call him a financier. I would maybe have put paedophile in front of that.
It's a bit like Colin Saville, acclaimed DJ.
Marathon runner.
Acclaimed DJ, marathon runner, and all round sexual criminal.
What was he doing at that level of cardio?
Yeah.
Aye.
Sprinting.
It's bad. But I state visit with Trump, so I'm looking forward to seeing what fucking chaos this is. Do you think Keir Starmer's going to lose his job?
Yeah.
I think so. I think he'll be away by Christmas. I want Angela Rayner back.
Can he come back?
She's got to.
It's just going to be, they get rid of Starmer, they'll get in Wes Streeting.
Ah, fuck the fuck off. I fucking cannot stand that man.
Yeah. But they don't know what anybody wants, right? Because they don't relate to people in any way. So you could put fucking Angela Rayner at the head of the party, like a kind of John Prescott type figure, and go, oh look, we fucking relate to you in some way, but they just hate everybody. They absolutely have complete contempt for everybody. So like, get this guy in. Like, they spend all their day with lobbyists. They spend all their day with the most evil people on earth. To them, Wes Streeting looks normal.
Yeah.
They think he's a human.
Fuck's sake.
And then they'll plummet further, but nobody wants to take it before the May elections, right? Because don't they have the council elections in England?
And the Scottish elections.
And the Scottish elections. So they're going to completely implode, but also they're going to completely implode to reform. Do you know what I mean? And then there's going to be absolute fucking panic because they've done all the racist stuff they can do, pretty much.
Yeah.
And it's not got anywhere. Also, the whole idea of courting these voters... Starmer is courting voters who think he's having a gay affair because the fucking COVID vaccine is interacting with the fucking 5G towers. They're not going to vote for you, pal. They think you're part of the World Economic Forum Jesuit Illuminati or something.
They think you're part Adder.
He'll be held to as a human shield until fucking those elections. Then when he's full of shrapnel, they just fucking drop his body, stick in the next cunt, and it's going to plummet even further. And
he'll go, well, I was very civil the entire time and I tried to do things by the book.
But you also probably have a left party by then. You'll probably have Sarah Sultana and Corbyn will get their act together enough to actually have something that you can vote for.
Do you know
and that'll suck votes away from them as well. And the Greens are getting better on left stuff, and that'll suck votes away from them. And, you know, they're torpedoed.
Corbyn, man, I know he's a good man and I know he's a principled man. But see, when I see him talk, he's like that. You know that really fucking nippy arse teacher that was always on the verge of a breakdown? That's how I feel Corbyn is, that he's always just... he's always just one step away from kicking his fucking briefcase. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, I don't know if you've got it, and you really provide fucking opposition.
It's not that for me, it's more that they didn't really look at what went wrong. So Zara Sultana's better on that. She's gone, look, Corbyn hasn't got these things wrong. But I think there's still a whole side of people who go, oh, it was the fucking media. And it was fucking, you're like, the fucking media's going to be there whatever happens. That's part of the conditions of what you're doing.
And they're never going to like him. So.
It's like you fucking build a boat that sinks and you go, it was the fucking sea. Well, it's there anyway. You know?
Yeah.
And I just think there's been no kind of like post-mortem on what happened. All those, like, so many people went to public school that were in the upper echelons of the thing, and their whole thing is dodging the buck. And you're like, well, if you were head of comms for Labour during a historic defeat where Boris Johnson got an 80+ majority, maybe you should do a little bit of soul searching, but there's none of that.
Also, Corbyn's role in Brexit was a fucking shambles. So I read Craig Oliver's book, who was the comms director of comms for Cameron, and then for the fucking Stay in Europe campaign, whatever the fuck it was called. And he was like, we would literally be like, you need to go out and do the Sunday run, or you need to go out and do whatever the fuck, whatever interviews and stuff. And Corbyn would just be like, I don't know if I can. And he just would not pick a fucking side. He's like, oh, I don't like the bureaucracy of the EU. And you're like, you might not like the bureaucracy of the EU, but us coming out of Europe is fucking fatalistic, which it has been.
But then I think forcing him to take a position, so like their thing was, look, Corbyn didn't have a fucking button he could press that was like stop Brexit. He wasn't in power.
No.
Right? So like their whole thing, if they got so feral, the People's Vote campaign, which was a fucking sickening thing to call it, stupid thing to call it, right? Because you're like, oh, this time the people will be voting. They weren't real people that voted for Brexit. Those, like, you know what I mean? So they then ensured that you would have the hardest Brexit possible. Like what you wanted, I mean, this is fucking old news, but you wanted a kind of bespoke customs union, right? Because there's so many fucking crazy bastards in England that you're never going to fucking turn over the vote. It's never going to happen, right? No one wants to fucking hear about it ever again. But you could have got a much better deal if you come out softer. And they went, well, let's have a People's Vote campaign because it will get rid of Corbyn, because he's going to have to pick a side, and he's fucked if he does and he's fucked if he doesn't, right? And the downside, the collateral of that is we're not going to be in any fucking position to negotiate because we've got fucking Boris Johnson as Prime Minister. So everyone that was involved in the People's Vote campaign knew they were getting Boris Johnson as Prime Minister, and they didn't fucking care because they thought a few years down the line, I'll be fucking rent Mars to lobbyists, like the good old days.
And and on top of all that, the Tory party and the right of the Tory party and Johnson and Mogg and fucking Gove all absolutely fucked Theresa May, who tried to go for a middle of the road, a kind of Brexit for all. So if you didn't want to come out, you've still got these benefits, and if you did want to come out, we're not doing this anymore. And now you're sitting with it, and I'm going to say this in inverted commas, right? A small boats problem, or as they class it, which is part of Brexit because you fucking lost the Dublin Convention on the back of that, and you're like, this is actually all your fucking mess, and now you're having 150,000 people in the streets going, England for the English, and you're like, well, fucking have it, mate. Fucking keep your fucking country. Oh, I'm so annoyed.
The callous thing at the time of Brexit was, I don't want to call him about it, and I was like, I fucking don't know. I say there's this on this hand, this on this hand, but I instinctively don't like the idea of the fucking EU moving forward and everything that's happening. And a callous thing was, it'll just empower all the worst people. And that was right. Do you know what I mean?
Yep, and that's it. It was almost like you were a wee bit kind of protected being in the EU, you know, like there was workers' rights, and like you can see all the stuff that they're just fucking trying to get rid of now. And you're sitting going to yourself, and it'll be the people who were on those rallies, who are on minimum wage, that are going to be exploited more than anybody in this studio. Do you know what I mean? And it's fucking idiots, man. That's us went full circle from the rally back to the rally.
You were hanging out with Phil Gove.
I was.
What was that? You said that in the lift, and I thought, I'll wait till we're on Mike to ask you what you're talking about.
This
So-
is Michael Gove.
Michael Gove.
Michael Gove and I. So I was asked to
Innsmouthian
do
fish person and former
Aberdonian.
Aberdonian. We're still an Aberdonian.
Aberdonian.
What was his role in the Tory
Oh
Party?
fuck! There was loads of them. He'd been chief whip. He was the Duchy of Lancaster, wasn't he? He was a Minister of State for Education at one point.
Slinky cocked nightclub dweller.
Apparently, it's huge. I never seen it.
Can we keep that in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not? So I was doing a TV run through thing, for a non-BBC. I don't know how much I can talk about this thing. I can just fucking say what it is.
Sort of music quiz with Michael Gove.
No,
Never mind these are the news. I never mind the puts calls.
I was me and Michael Gove. Dude, never made.
He was doing an 8 out of 10 cats run through in the
Aye.
Endemol studios, I believe.
So we were doing that. It was like a kind of political programme run through thing with a very well known political editor in London, and there was me and another couple of comics, and so it was 3 comics, a host, and Michael Gove. And I was like, and I literally said to my agent, what could go wrong? And he was like, just fucking behave. And I was on the same kind of team as him, if you like. But you know what? I tell you what, he's one of those Tories, and they all fucking do it. All the kind of big beasts in the Tory party have this, like, where they're quite foppish, they're very charming, they have great stories, very funny stories, and they're like that UK diplomat fucking MI6 charm thing that they just
have
get
to. That's
taught.
the job.
They just get taught, and do you know, like,
A lot of psychopaths are charming.
aye, he
Kind of part of the job description for being a psychopath.
it fucking pains me to say it. He was entertaining, and you can see why he was the one used to punch up the speeches and punch up all the stuff, like you can see it. But there was like stuff going on. Have you ever made your boss cry? And we were like, except David Cameron and except Boris Johnson. And it was just like, and he did poke fun at himself. And there was a clip of like when he kind of stabbed Boris in the back and then announced his run for leadership. And it was like, can you translate that? And it was like, basically, I've known this guy all my adult life. Didn't think we'd win this fucking vote, and now there's a chance he's going to run the country. I can't be fucking backing that kind of stuff. So he was good fodder and all that, but it was a very bizarre day.
Did you ever feel a kind of desire or felt like there was an opportunity to like
Just punch him in the balls?
Yeah, just twist his neck off or something.
That neck's never coming off because it doesn't have a spine, Christopher. Yeah.
Horrible guy.
Can I ask
Yeah.
a technical question?
Mhm.
Did you have a desk or were you on sofas?
A desk,
Nice.
but I think the desk was there just, I think it would end up being a sofa thing.
Really?
What's the difference between a desk
I just
job
think
and a
you've got
sofa
to
job?
think about comedians' bodies. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
We don't have the core strength to be sitting on a sofa for. You know, we need to plank.
It's
for a
why,
week
it's
before
why
we
I'm
do
not a
this.
loose woman.
This is the kind of showbiz. This is the kind of showbiz that I'm interested in. What is the? Because to me, I don't really understand the difference. But you have worked on desk shows and you've worked on sofa shows. And your last thing that I was the warm up.
Desk shows are slightly more formal, aren't they?
Right.
And if you want to have slightly more ad lib, or you're hoping for more ad lib, sofas tend to be better. Do you know what I mean? And people tend to relax a bit more. Their body language can be a bit better if everyone's not sitting forward at a desk.
Sure.
Makes it a bit less competitive.
What do you think about the new? Obviously, we've invented the French method of podcasting, which is 2 recordings divided by a gigantic lunch.
Are you
But
hungry,
It's
mate?
fine.
No,
Now
no.
we've come down to 1 a week. I'm like, this is not bad.
but
20
this,
days a year where you see your pals. And
what's
have a long
this?
lunch.
An island?
Yes, this is an
This is like
island.
we're sitting at a kitchen.
Aye.
You know, after we've been out for a night, we're sitting at a kitchen island,
Discussing.
waiting for Andy Logue,
People begged for videos of this,
and then they don't watch it.
and then they're like, "I thought you recorded this in a much darker room." because it's actually like a bright, breezy commercial radio
I
station.
find over the course of my career, anything people ask for, they don't want.
Yeah.
So if they go, oh, why aren't you doing full videos? Yeah, because nobody wants that. But we are doing that.
We are doing it. Check them out on YouTube. I think nobody. I think with a lot of stuff, the best stuff is things that nobody asked for. Do you know what I mean? Like, you kind of just have to follow your...
Jesus, this sounds like this is going down a very questionable sexual path, Christopher. Listen,
Sorry for
love.
saying I looked at a woman's leg and seen a surprising tattoo earlier. In hindsight, that was podcasting by a deranged mind there. But I do think most good things that people have ever made, that's like, you know, your audience would never actually ask you to make that. It's just you've decided it and they've went, oh, great. Do you know what I
If
mean?
you just did what they wanted, it would be moronic.
It would be moronic, yeah. Anyway, we'll be doing a mailbag episode soon.
I don't
Should we
even
go
know
for
that we
lunch?
will.
Have we got a mailbag?
We could ask for. I was going to ask Andy for some mailbag stuff, maybe for tomorrow or for the second session today. What do you think?
Why not?
Yeah.
Or we could just read out sections of our favourite novels.
Oh, Jesus, no.
What would you read out if you had to?
A long bit from James Elroy book where they capture this guy who looks a bit like a wolf man, and he talks about how he likes to stick bamboo shoots up the arse of homeless people that he abducts. It's genuinely very funny.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I would take the lead on your child author thing and go to the domestic violence abuse book of The Twits,
Oh, the Twits is great.
which is clearly about a couple who have a quiet dissatisfaction with each other and growing resentment.
I think also
that's-
it's hugely anti-Semitic. He was not a fan of the old...
Because there's that bit in the Twits where it's like, and listen, you know, it doesn't matter how ugly you are, people will look at you and they will see the soul inside. And then he goes, but there's other people. And you look at them and it doesn't matter. There's a horrible big nose on them. And you're like, oh, I don't know about this road. I feel like maybe you...
Oh, this is like J.K. Rowling in Gringotts Bank,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is fucking...
I used to say that
Crazy.
donkeys ago and nobody knew what the fuck I was
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
I remember tweeting about that in the very early days of Twitter.
Is there
and
not
people
a
like
Star
that.
of David in the middle of the floor?
It eventually became popularly accepted.
Yet again, no recognition for highlighting the anti-Semitism.
A lot of her characters are absolutely, you know, the only Irish wizard who blows stuff up by accident all the time. Seamus O'Finnigan, his name is. And he goes, my mum's a muggle, dad's a witch. Bit of a nasty shock for him when he found out. And like, he just accidentally makes things explode. Which is obviously some kind of, you know, IRA parallel.
Yeah.
Nice one, JK, big fan of you.
Oh, talking about
Chin
that.
Chan?
Cho Chang, Chinese.
Cho Chang?
Neither of which I believe are. Cho is not I think somebody was like, these aren't Chinese names. You've made them up. Don't know if you know it. You know, I'm not particularly au fait with Chinese naming conventions, but I don't think there's a single Chinese person called Cho Chang.
Talking about the Irish blowing things up, back to the Troubles. Soldier F's trial today.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, starts today.
Do you think the Mandelson thing's maybe to disguise
Possibly.
a smoke screen for
he
Soldier F?
He befriended a known paedophile financier 20 years ago to help out Soldier F.
I think, listen, it's a big deceitful web out there.
So, Soldier F's trial today. He's up for the trial of the murder of 2 men and the attempted murder of a further 5 people.
but the fact that he's it, there's a whole A, B, C, D, E before him, presumably, of other fucking maniacs.
You feel bad for Soldier Z.
Yeah,
Or
what's
Soldier
it?
Z. However
Yeah.
people were saying it.
Maybe he just fucked. He was like,
He was Soldier fuck. This guy's going to be the absolute Soldier fall guy in 50 years.
Lunch?
We should have a Nippon kitchen today. What do you think? I think we should go to Dishum sometime. I'd love to get a Dishum, but I don't know what the queue's like. It's the
We
new
can
hot spot for
get a
lunch.
Dishum pretty soon. We can do it now.
Let's try and get a Dishum.
Where is it?
Where remember that chicken restaurant next to that nightclub that used to run gigs where we got harassed by the police during COVID?
Maxis.
Remember that? No, Maxie's it was called Chambray 69 or something.
Fuck. I don't even remember this, Christopher.
Remember you had the gig with the screens?
Oh, yeah. Down there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Down there where that
Me and
shop is
Susie
now
was-
shut down, yes.
Me and Susie were smoking, and we were recording
We're-
distanced. It was
we
all
were
by the book.
We were doing live, so we were doing a live show, and it was like immersive, and we had a wall of fucking screens, and we were doing a live gig.
Nightmarish.
Nightmarish.
It was good,
but it was COVID. It fucking, we were doing anything, and then the police came in one night. Was
Yeah.
that the night you were there?
Yeah.
Aye,
we
the
were
police came
smoking.
in. About 25 coppers came in going, so what's going on here? And you were like, it's literally 6 people doing a live stand-up comedy gig to everybody in their house, and we're all socially distanced. And they were like, oh, that's fine then. Fuck off.
They came down and then we were like, what's this? And then I went, I've not really had many dealings with the police, to be honest with you. But they were like, what's this? And we're like, oh, it's like a kind of socially distanced show. And they went, are you to a band?
So they did.
What kind of band would that be?
Be in a room
Synth
full
pop.
of fucking screens.
We're kind of Glasgow
Green-
Pet Shop Boys type.
Aye.
What kind of,
Yeah,
what were they
band.
called? Starts with E, big pop band for Glasgow.
I was going for the Eurythmics.
Yeah, the Eurythmics, that's what we're.
They're not from Glasgow.
Where are they from?
England and
Oh,
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen, and Dave Stewart was English, aye.
Wow. Anyway, sorry for that digression.
Should I assume? Is that where we're
Let's
going?
try for the Shum and then see if they can get in, because it's pretty hot.
Is that right?
Pretty
Is
hot.
this the new
seats.
place?
It's going to be a lot hotter once we turn up and there's a picture in Glasgow Live.
Fuck.
Charlie Kirk commentators descend on the Shum.
The Southside Scranners.
Hey guys, me and my hubby went down to the Shum
to distract ourselves from our sexless marriage.
and the rise of fascism across the globe. Now, the starters are incredible. You've got gunpowder potatoes with mustard seeds, as well as a lovely Ruby Murray dip. And you can get a breakfast naan if you're there before 11 a.m. However, it can be very busy, so make sure to book.
So true. That's fucking so true. All of that.
Let's
is on the
start
money.
beef with a fucking thing that has 3,000 followers on Instagram.
It would be incredible to do all the slagging of the right wing, and really you just get a few kind of Rangers fans with Union Jack profiles giving you a bit of abuse on Twitter, but then it's actually starting a beef with food blogging TikTokers where they actually show up in your house with blades and stuff, and you're like, Jesus, this is actually quite terrifying.
And just come up and slag your dinner.
We need to get them to somehow fight Kaz Milligan.
I like, yeah, that'd be good.
The
Need
property
somebody.
boss. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Social media property boss has arrived. I will be fighting the head chef at the Shum in a hotel in 9 months to an audience of 12 people who have all paid $1,000 each.
I feel as if I've been to Disham before. Have we been?
That's a new Glasgow place. There's one in Edinburgh, there's many in Birmingham and
Oh, is that
London.
thing they rang the fucking gong at?
No, that's
No.
that's
That can get to fuck.
that's Mackie and Ramen,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is now on Byers Road, and standards have slipped back in the day. I'd say 2015, Mackie and Ramen was a phenomenal voice on the ramen scene of Scotland, and now they have absolutely they've torpedoed their good name as far as I'm concerned.
Is he the Disham in Birmingham? Is it near the Glee? No. Fuck.
Unfortunately,
I don't know when I've been there.
It's near. Do you know that big library in Birmingham that looks like a big present?
Yes.
I think I've been given into trouble for saying this because it's supposed to be a religious thing of some nature, but it's a big. Remember that we tried to get a coffee in there and it was a fraud.
It's such an avant-garde podcast. They spend the last 10 minutes trying. The three of them try to remember a restaurant only one of them has been to.
I thought we were there together. As
Do you
a
know
family.
in Birmingham there's the big square? Obviously it's bankrupt now and
Yes,
it's all
yes.
fallen to ruins, but there's the big square with the tram and the lions and stuff. It's a beautiful building. Rhea from the Glee took me and Roscoe there when we done our tour show,
It's a beautiful thing, man.
and we had an absolutely fantastic meal.
Right, well, let's do it.
Let's
Let's
try
go.
and get in.
Let's do it.